What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, sirski. All right, so you guys, we got Meagan Good breaking down and dumps Jonathan Majors. Man, bro, another one bites the dust. Another black man probably end up in jail and familyless, bro, over some nonsense. Damn. It said he's losing money. I don't think he's going broke. The title says Jonathan is going broke. I don't think that's the case. And I don't think he's going to prison, even though he's been convicted of 2 of the 4 charges. But on the flip side, they say Marvel has dropped Jonathan Majors, bro. Spicy.
Child, Meagan Good is going through it after her man, Jonathan Majors, was found guilty of DV and putting his hands on his ex-girlfriend, and now he is facing almost a year behind bars. Meagan has stood behind Jonathan 10 toes down, and she is now left looking pretty bad and getting mocked online. And according to a source, she has been having a series of breakdowns over this. But she's not the only one having a breakdown, because everybody in Hollywood has been distancing themselves from Jonathan since the verdict. And the streets are now saying that Jonathan is going broke fast, because literally everyone, and I mean everyone, has dropped him from their projects. Things just went from 100 to 0 for Jonathan Majors, because he has been found guilty of hurting his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Jonathan has been in the headlines for the past couple of months after he was arrested earlier this year for allegedly putting his hands on Grace and leaving her with bruises and some injuries to her body. He was arrested in March of 2023, and the case has been a major hot topic in the black community.
That's crazy.
Because Jonathan always seemed like such an...
You see what I'm saying? What she said just now, bro. She said in the black community. Why we got so much stuff going on, black people? Why? Why, bro? Every time I turn around, it's a black man going, from here. Now, I've seen the clip when they got into the altercation. And the clip I saw, I didn't see him hit her, bro. I didn't. I'm not saying he did or he didn't, but his driver also said there was no hit. If anything, they said that he was attacked by her. Now, the footage that I saw, he got out of the SUV and he was running from her. But then towards the end, he did came back and kind of like shoved her in the back in the SUV. I didn't see no videos of him hitting her. That's crazy.
Upstanding guy, and nobody ever thought that he could do something like that. I mean, he was all about spreading love and positivity and all that stuff, so the reports of him being allegedly involved in DV was just shocking. He did the smart thing by lawyering up almost immediately, but his lawyers didn't always play it right, because she made some moves that kind of worked against him. For example, she released this text message that was supposed to prove his innocence, but it just made things worse for him. In the text between Jonathan and Grace, she said, "They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me, and they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did, and I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only just got out of the hospital." This made it look like she was blaming herself for him putting his hands on her. But Jonathan's lawyer continued to speak on his behalf and deny the allegations, and she said, "Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows. We are quickly gathering and presenting evidence to the district attorney with the expectation that all charges will be dropped imminently. This evidence includes video footage from the vehicle where this episode took place, witness testimony from the driver and others who both saw and heard the episode, and most importantly, 2 written statements from the woman recanting these allegations. All the evidence proves that Mr. Majors is entirely innocent and did not assault her whatsoever."
Okay.
Unfortunately, this incident came about because this woman was having an emotional crisis, for which she was taken to a hospital yesterday. The NYPD is required to make an arrest in these situations, and this is the only reason Mr. Majors was arrested. We expect these charges to be dropped soon. Unfortunately, his public rep continued to tank hard, and he was getting dropped by almost everyone who worked with him, including his talent management agency. Marvel was the only one who didn't outrightly drop him, but it was clear that they were considering it and were just waiting for the verdict. It was at this point that Jonathan decided to do some PR to get people on his side, and that's when he started dating actress Meagan Good. People could see right through the ruse immediately, and they immediately called it for what it was. Fans were not a fan of this relationship because they felt like Meagan was too good to be used as a PR stunt for a messy situation like this. But then Meagan didn't care, and she was determined to stick by her man. There were even rumors at some point that she and Jonathan had secretly got married after he referred to her as
secretly got married.
I'm just happy to be here, and I love y'all. So, baby, you want to say anything? I put you on the spot.
Oh wow.
Y'all heard the missus, so that's what it is.
Meagan also supported him during his court appearances, and they were often spotted hand in hand going to court, coming in and out of court. Again, she caught a lot of backlash for standing by Jonathan, knowing the crimes that he was accused of, and people were coming for her left and right. The trial lasted for 2 weeks, and there were high hopes that Jonathan would be found not guilty. There was also a video that was released in court that showed Jonathan running away from Grace after they had a fight in the car. But on the other hand, there was this text message that kind of hinted that Jonathan did put hands on Grace. In the text, he said, I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation, even if you do lie and they suspect something. Grace then replied, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I want to tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? I feel like you want to be together, as in not to embarrass yourself for everything you said to your friends and family. Jonathan said, last night I considered taking myself out versus coming home. You said you needed love last night and I put my feelings aside and tried to give you that. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man that I don't deserve it and should just myself. This way of existence is miserable.
Calm down, my boy.
This seemed to suggest that he put his hands on Grace, so it was kind of 50-50 that the evidence could work against him. Well, the verdict came back a couple of days ago, and he was found guilty on 2 of the 4 charges that he was facing. The Manhattan District Attorney also released a statement saying, the evidence presented throughout this trial illustrated a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse and escalating patterns of coercion, far too common across the many intimate partner violence cases we see each and every day. Today, a jury determined that pattern of abuse and coercion culminated with Mr. Majors assaulting and harassing his girlfriend. The conviction made things even worse for Jonathan because he is on the verge of losing everything he has worked for. Before the trial, he was cut off by a number of brands. According to Variety, since his arrest, Majors has been dropped by his talent manager, Entertainment 360, and his publicity firm, the lead company. He's no longer involved with the Protagonist Pictures film, The Man in My Basement. The U.S. Army also pulled a major ad campaign featuring Majors, as did the Texas Rangers baseball team. Several other projects involving Majors, including Spike Lee's The Understudy for Amazon and the Dennis Rodman film 48 Hours in Vegas for Lionsgate, remain in limbo. Well, a few hours after he was found guilty, Marvel decided to drop him from his role as Kang the Conqueror. This has to be the biggest loss for him because Kang is his biggest role to date. For those who don't know, Kang has been set up to be the next big villain in the MCU, and Jonathan was set to make a truckload of money from it. According to reports, Marvel Studios has parted ways with Jonathan Majors, the actor cast to play Kang, the central antagonist in the multiverse saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, after he was convicted on December 18th of 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault of Grace Jabari, his ex-girlfriend. The MCU is not the only one to have cut Jonathan loose, because most of his other projects have either been completely shut down or are pending. But from the looks of it, there's a very high chance that he's going to be cut loose from those projects as well. And as it turns out, Jonathan is not the only one who has lost something here, because Meagan is also a victim. According to sources, Jonathan being found guilty of DV reflects very badly on her, because she is now known as the woman who stood by an offender and supported him. Plus, there's also the fact that Jonathan is facing some serious prison time, and even though he hasn't been sentenced yet, he could be going away for at least a year. And according to an insider, this has been causing Meagan to have breakdowns because she doesn't know how she's going to navigate the hot mess that she put herself into. Fans clowned her hard, saying things like, Meagan Good really said after her divorce glow up, she was going to pick an abused man with clown shoes and a cup to be with. What a darn shame. Meagan Good really stood 10 toes behind that man and gained absolutely nothing. No new roles, no Hollywood press, just courtroom vibes and an abusive man with a bell pepper nose. And
Wow,
I'll
bell
bet
pepper
Meagan Good
nose,
thinks
bro.
that man is so smart
Shout
and
out to
so
my
deep,
boy, Ro.
and I genuinely hate that for her, genuinely,
Damn,
because he
bell
is an
pepper
actual
nose.
clown. I honestly hate this for Meagan, but I want to know how y'all feel about Meagan being dragged into this messy situation. Drop your thoughts in the
Dang, bro. I'm sorry for my boy Jonathan, man. Sorry, man. But I didn't see no violent attack from my man Jonathan, though. Not in the video. I didn't see. I saw him running away. Even from the text messages and everything, I even think she's trying to say it was her. Bro, this is confusing. So were you hit or were you not hit? The text messages got me confused. They say she wrote a statement saying it was her fault and she shouldn't have grabbed his phone. And the driver also said Jonathan didn't hit the lady, his ex. But I want to know what y'all think about Meagan Good. Now, I know a woman's supposed to stand by her man, bro. I agree. But that's a thin line right there, bro. He's losing all his deals. She's showing him support. She may be catching flack behind his mistakes on this situation. Dang, so is Meagan doing the right thing, bro? Y'all comment down below and let me know what y'all think about Meagan, because we don't know if Jonathan really did it, bro. He's been convicted, but I didn't see no footage of him swinging no hands or doing anything. And they say that his ex is having a mental crisis. So she said she wants some more painkillers. Maybe maybe he's her supplier in pain. There's so many different ways we can look at this, bro. So many different ways. If he was guilty, of course, he deserved punishment. Of course. But Meagan, I think you need to let that just do what it do and let the lawyer. Support is support, of course, but be careful, Meagan. Can't lose all the money in the household. And congratulations that y'all got married. I didn't know that either.